Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cheese Reads. You can call me Cheese. Hi. It's so nice to see you. Um, at this point, we've probably already met. Some of you may have already seen the side readings that have been released here on the channel. Welcome. This is a brand new channel for me. This is not my second channel. This is probably like my third or fourth channel at this point. But yeah, welcome. So if you're new here, hi. You can call me Cheese. Welcome. It's so nice to meet you. And if you're returning, what's up? Okay, so today is a Friday. I am recording this reading on a Friday, and that is a Venus day. And here on Cheese Reads, I'm following a schedule of the days of the week corresponding to the 7 planets, the 7 main planets in our solar system. So that would be from the sun all the way out to Saturn. And Friday is a Venus day. And so I was planning on doing a love reading today, because Venus, love, woo. But Venus is not just about love. Venus is also about prosperity and money and possessions and beauty and happiness, yes, but luxuriating, enjoying life, the finer things in life. And when I woke up this morning, I shit you not, when I woke up this morning, the very first thought that was on my mind was, I need to get another money plant. Now, some of you are like, a money plant? What is a money plant? Well, it's technically called a Chinese money plant. I don't know the specific genus name, but it's a Chinese, search for a Chinese money plant. And sometimes it's even called a UFO plant because the leaves are green, beautiful green, and they're round and they look like discs or like coins. And that plant is said to bring prosperity into your life. Now, I've had one of those before. When I first started doing readings here on YouTube, when I started my first channel, I actually had a money plant. And if I remember correctly, I believe one of my roommates gave that to me. A roommate that I actually ended up being very good friends with. She gave me this plant. And I think she may have even given it to me as like a gift for starting my channel at that time. But she gave it to me because she was like, I'm just going to kill it. I kill everything here. You'd probably do much better with it. And sure enough, I took it. I was very happy to take it because I love to garden. I love to grow plants. I am in the process of starting my own farm. I mean, we're way out. I'm just now starting it, but I'm in the process of like cultivating the types of plants that I would want to grow. And I want to start a vegetable farm. And I love growing peppers. So I'm growing a bunch of different peppers and cultivating those. I'm going to be making hot sauces out of them. I'm growing tomatoes. I want to grow more things. I really want to start a farm for the community that I live in. So when I received that plant, this was 7-8 years ago now. When I received that plant, I was so excited. I was like, yes, oh my God, I love gardening. I have plants now, woo. And that plant grew. I mean, it grew and it did really, really well. And during that time is when I had started my first channel. And as that plant was growing, so was my channel. Now, some of this may sound like superstition or woo-woo stuff. Like I said, I am huge with gardening and I want to start a farm. I love growing things. I love growing plants, especially from seeds. So, because of that, I'm doing more research into, I'm reading a book called Evolutionary Herbalism. It's great. You should check it out if you're interested in anything like this. But it talks about herbalism and alchemy and all that kind of stuff. But it approaches it from a cosmic point of view. This is going to be, I'm going to try and keep this concise, but it talks about herbalism, approaching herbalism from a cosmic point of view, from a heart perception point of view. And it talks about how all things in life and in nature are reflections of the greater whole, and like, I guess you could say that greater whole, which would be source in terms of our universe, has projected itself into this physical reality, and everything that you see from the planets, the elements, the directions north, south, east, and west. It all correlates to different aspects of the greater whole that we come from. And we all embody all of the aspects of our universe. And we all embody each piece of the universe in ourselves in unique ways that make us unique individuals. And when you're working with the plant world, there are certain energies that plants embody, just like we do as humans, but there are certain energies that plants embody that can be used to create outcomes, to heal the body, to do 555 on the counter, to do any sort of various things. So whether it may sound like woo-woo superstition to you or not, I truly believe that that plant is associated with prosperity, and then in Chinese tradition, it is associated with prosperity. It's called a money plant. And part of this approach to herbalism does take in things like how a plant looks that would then correlate it to certain outcomes, or maybe even certain parts of the body. Like, for example, a walnut. A walnut looks like a brain, and walnuts are used to heal the brain, to work with the brain. Scientifically speaking, I guess we could say walnuts contain a lot of good, healthy fat, which is something that your brain needs for strong development and sustainment, right? So there you go, it's stuff like that. So then in terms of this money plant, the leaves look like little coins, little green coins. Okay, so I woke up this morning, first thing I thought was, I need to get a money plant again. So right before I started this reading, I went online, found some seeds, bought a package of seeds, $12, 100 seeds. It'll be here soon. And I'll be able to grow money plants, not only for myself, but for others. Like, I'm actually very excited to cultivate this plant throughout multiple generations, obviously, because some of them I would love to get more seeds from them, but cultivate this plant and then give those out to the people, sell them to the people, spread prosperity wherever I am, wherever I go. So, that's what I want to do. And that's what I was influenced on. And so that then influenced me to be like, okay, well, instead of a love reading, I guess we're doing a prosperity reading today. Now, and I have my favorite mug in terms of this, manifesting my dreams and minding my business. Yes, this is, unfortunately, I believe this mug has been discontinued, and it's got my coffee in it. So I'm bringing it, even though it may be discontinued, I'm bringing it here to the reading for us so that all of this energy may be disseminated to all of you, yes? And in my coffee, I do like to drink black coffee in the morning, no sugar, no milk. I also don't get me wrong, I do like a light and sweet too, but I tend to like to do black coffee in the morning. But I've recently started putting cinnamon and allspice in with the coffee grounds as the water makes the coffee. Not only does it add a really nice flavor, but the cinnamon actually is a prosperous energy as well. So I like to do that with thoughts of thoughts and intentions of having a prosperous day, right? So just adding a little bit of that magic in there. So that's what I'm drinking right now. So I encourage you to try that sometime. But we're going to get into this. I really don't even know how this is going to be structured. Let's just get messages, channeling, calling on the energies of Venus, please. Venus, Aphrodite, whomever you want to, however, whatever name you want to use. Messages surrounding prosperity for us, please. How can we bring more prosperity into our lives, into the world? But really, let's start with our lives. How can we bring more prosperity into our lives? And if you want to be selfish about it right now, then go ahead and be selfish about it. I mean, I am no stranger to, I am definitely an advocate of a healthy level of selfishness, okay? That meaning, you are selfish to the point that you have what you need, you are taken care of, you are good, you are set, you are solid, so that you can now turn around and give to others pour that outflow, that overflow out onto others. So we'll say for me and this money plant situation, I bought a package of 100 seeds. I plan on growing these seeds into plants and placing them in various places in my apartment. I also, once I have what I need, then plan on giving the rest to others, right? So this is what I mean by a healthy dose of selfishness. Make sure you're good. Put your face mask on first, your oxygen mask on first before you help others, right? We all of us that have flown on a plane have heard that message. Okay. You must put your oxygen mask on first, then you can help others. Okay. So how can we bring more prosperity into our lives, Mother Venus, Mother Gaia, Sister Venus, Sister Gaia? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for this plant. And I'm just excited to grow things. I love growing things. I just love it. And the idea of growing this money plant from seeds is very exciting to me, just because I've already had a plant before, but I got it as a full grown developed plant. I've never grown it from seed before, so I'm very excited. Okay, Mother Venus, how can we bring more prosperity into our lives? Story together. Interesting. Story together. All right, let's get more of the story then. How can we bring more prosperity into our lives? Elevate. Okay. Oh, goodness. We got a lot. Okay. Yeah. All right. Got it. Cool. And then nourish is your, okay. So nourish is your overall energy in this. But I don't want to go to that yet. I almost maybe shouldn't. Anyway, please bear with me because I'm kind of winging this right now. So we're going to get through it, and I'm getting the messages here. So the first two cards that came out are story and together, and I paused for a second there because together has come out a few times actually, in a few of the individual sign readings. So I just finished the individual sign readings, and now I'm taking time in between. I want to do those maybe about once a month or so, or once a cycle, however long the cycle is. But after the individual sign readings, now I'm doing things like a prosperity reading on a Thursday. On a Friday. We're going to do karmic readings on Saturdays. Stuff like for Saturn, stuff like that. In the sign readings, together came out a few times for a few of the signs. And I don't exactly remember what we were saying there. That would be specific to those signs. Maybe you remember it, you saw it. But ultimately, there is a theme here for the whole collective of coming together. Okay. Now, in terms of bringing more prosperity into our lives, it seems the message here is that we're needing to come together and tell ourselves a different story surrounding prosperity. And the main thing that I'm getting with this is one of the things we need to start understanding and accepting is that prosperity is available for everyone. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? The phrase I'm hearing is there is no end in sight, meaning prosperity is infinite. Or at the very least, if you really just can't get your mind around the fact that prosperity is infinite, it's never going to run out, then at least look at it this way. It is so vast. This well of prosperity, this ocean, if you will, of prosperity is so vast that it will never, ever run out. I guess we could say within our lifetimes, and not that there is no that it is infinite. That maybe it is finite. Okay, maybe it is, but it's so vast that from our perspective, there is never ever any chance of it ever running out. Somehow, some way, we've got to change this story. We've got to come together and we've got to change this story surrounding prosperity, surrounding abundance. The more of us that can find a way to understand or just believe that everyone, that there is enough, not even, enough is an understatement. It's not even that there's enough. It's that there is for everyone. The more of us that can believe and understand that, the more the collective consciousness is going to shift, and the more we will be able to elevate ourselves. It's not just about elevating yourself. It ultimately is about elevating the whole collective, all of humanity, all of existence, so that we can fly on our wings that we were given, 555 on the counter. But it does start with you, right? Once you get yourself elevated, you're, number one, you can, but number two, you actually are helping to elevate everyone else too. And then finally, you have intention and beacon here. Your intention is your beacon. Let me say that again. Your intention is your beacon. What does that mean? Well, by beacon, I mean an indicator of where you are headed. A lighthouse, if you will, is a beacon in the distance. The star in the tarot, that the energy, the light of the star is a beacon. You know, it guides you, it directs you. But here, what we're saying is your intention is your beacon. Okay, so an intention also did come out in one of the sign readings as well. It was probably, I think I'm referring to like the Virgo, Pisces, and or Sagittarius readings. Those were the last 3 readings that I did. And that's, I think, where most of these like together and intention have come out. So check those out. The Virgo reading could be seen as a bit of a collective reading because the sun was in Virgo at the time that I did that reading. So think of it that way too. Maybe go check out the Virgo reading. But what we mean here, your intention is your beacon. What are your intentions? And some of you, in terms of, and this is something that really could be sabotaging your prosperity or your connection with prosperity, your abundance, your flow of abundance, your intentions behind it. There are some hidden intentions in here, in somewhere in our collective, that for you as an individual, if you are experiencing this, if you find this within you, if you are expressing this, this is sabotaging your flow of abundance and thus your prosperity. These are things like learned behaviors. These are things like social conditioning. Okay. It could be something along the lines of, or something similar to, money is the root of all evil, belief systems like that. And now I'm being taken to a common narrative lately that talks about how evil billionaires are intrinsically, just because of the fact that, you know, 1% of their billions of dollars could like, I don't know, do things like provide clean water to children and families for like a long time, some shit like that. You know what I mean? That this is going into, I guess, when it comes to like the billionaire side of this, I guess this is like extreme. So it's extremes. Okay, it's a pendulum. It's 2 sides to the same coin. One side is money is the root of all evil. The other, so like you don't have any money, you never want any money. Or the other side of the situation is you want all the money and you want all the monies. You want all the monies, and thus you become a billionaire. You know, you could never spend all of that money on yourself in one lifetime. Billions of dollars. And there are people out here with tens of hundreds of billions. Come on now. Okay. All right. So it's the extremes here. It's the extremes here. And you know, I personally have recently settled into an energy of just being fully content with what it is I have. And I have to say, I am very, very blessed to have a lot of the things that I have. And I'm very grateful for that. But also at the same time, like, I'm not rich. I'm basically, I mean, at least for an extended period of time now, I've been in an energy of kind of living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? Just making just enough so that I'm getting by, and God forbid any big disasters happen, but I'm making it work, right? And for the longest time, that was really depressing. I was depressed about that. It's like, shit, damn, I want to be making more, obviously. But lately, it's been an energy of, you know what? I am where I am. I have what I have. And actually, I'm very blessed to have what I have. And you know what? I actually really enjoy what I have. And sure, I want more. Sure, I would love more space. Sure, I would love certain things. I would love more. I would love just land to just grow, to just have, just do all the farming, right? I would love that. And I am manifesting that. But right now, right here, I am so good. Oh, you mean, I am so happy. I am so content with just being where I am. And recently I have come to the realization that I am the happiest in my life now, in this moment of my life now, than I have ever been in my entire life thus far. Okay. So when it comes to either being money is the root of all evil, or I want all the monies, you got to find an equilibrium, a balance between the two. And that is another part of how we need to rewrite this story together. Okay. As a collective, as humanity, especially in the United States. I mean, if consumerism had a home, had a birthplace, okay, consumerism was not born in the United States, Eric, but the United States really kind of like took that to the extreme, didn't it? I mean, consumer capital of the world, 2222 on the counter. Why do we need more stuff than what we already have? Because think about it. The more stuff you have, the more bogged down, burdened you are, the more held down you are. I'm seeing 10 of Wands energy now. So, bag lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. You can't elevate, you can't fly if you're bogged down with a bunch of shit. Huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your intention is your beacon. So what is your intention? Why do you, okay, if you are on the side of money is the root of all evil, why? What do you intend to receive or create or achieve by believing that? What are you intending to achieve in your life by believing that money is the root of all evil? You don't have to be fully on that side of the pendulum swing, but anywhere from the middle on up into there, any part of that spectrum. Why are you in there? What's your intention there? And then from on the opposite side, I want all the monies. Yeah. What's your intention there? What are you going to do with all the monies? How many mansions do you think you can own? How many big fancy cars and do you think you can own before you have gotten just way too much shit that you don't even know what to do with? And you still can't even spend all that money and you're not even happy. What's your intention there? I am really glad that I'm doing this right now. This is profound. Let's get into some tarot. And I'm using the Golden Universal Tarot here. I thought that was fitting, the gold. All right. Prosperity, messages surrounding prosperity. How can we bring more prosperity into our lives? Spirit, let's specifically look at more of the blockages. Now that we're getting into the tarot, we're getting into more of the physical nature of things. What are the blockages here? 2 of Swords is overall energy right now. And this is giving This is giving willful blindness, being willfully ignorant, being willfully blind to what's blocking you, I guess we could say. Two of Swords. Like consciously ignoring something, whether that be like a belief or a habit. Willful ignorance is what I'm getting with the Two of Swords here, is a big part of blockages towards prosperity and abundance. It's like somebody here is saying, it's almost like someone's talking out of both sides of their mouth, saying that they want this and that, they believe this and that, but then turning around and acting as if it's the opposite. Does that make sense? Like talking the talk, but not walking the walk. Not walking the talk. Talking a big game, but not actually, that's what this Two of Swords feels like. Take it as it resonates, apply it to yourself. Whether this is you are consciously ignoring what you know are negative and toxic belief systems, detrimental belief systems. I'm getting an energy of, oh, my grandmother used to think like this all the time. My mom used to think like this all the time. Someone, it's some sort of matriarchal energy will always believe this, and that's kind of something you've held on to. And it feels like you've held on to it because that was like, that helps you feel close to your nona or something like that, when that is actually a toxic belief system that is dragging you down. And not to say that your nona is dragging you down. No, this was a belief system that may have worked for her in that time period, but it also still kind of dragged her down too. There are other ways that you can connect to this ancestor without identifying with negative and toxic beliefs. Like, what's your intention there? What are you manifesting there? I want more coffee. Hold on. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's see. Let's get into this. Blockages, please. Let's talk about the blockages in terms of prosperity. Oh. Blockages in terms of prosperity, please. The first card out is the Hanged Man. Oh, so this is a huge lesson. This is exactly what I was saying about how, for the longest time, I've been living a lifestyle which would be considered living paycheck to pay. Well, no, it is. Actually, it is paycheck to paycheck. Am I proud of that? No, it sucks, kind of. Am I ashamed of that? No, not anymore. For a while I was. For a while, like I said, for a while, it's depressing. Everybody else who's out here, I know I'm not alone here, all right? So everyone else that's out here that's living like this, it's depressing. It's absolutely depressing. But that's just one way of looking at it. But I've been in that position for a long time. To be quite honest, I have lived all of my adult life since I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. I have lived the entirety of my adult life, even when I was with my ex, when we worked together. It was still basically paycheck to paycheck. There were some moments in my life where things got way more fluid. It was like when I first started my readings, my YouTube channel, things got pretty good for a little bit, but then it didn't last very long. And I was back to feeling the pinch. But throughout all that time, now, see, because I was suspended. This is very much hangman energy. I was suspended. I was stuck. I couldn't get out. Couldn't do anything about it. So I just had to chill there. But in that energy, I reached a level of enlightenment, of understanding. I gained a new perspective. And that perspective that I have now, living paycheck to paycheck still fucking sucks. Okay, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't mean that I can't be happy. It doesn't mean that I can't be appreciative of the fact that I still thank God, thank the universe. I still have a roof over my head. I still have food to eat. I still can feed my dog and my cat. I still can go out and have a drink or two with some friends. I still have a job. There are so many other people out here in the world that don't even have that, amongst other things. So I'm still grateful, and I'm still able to be happy. This is the story that together as a collective, we need to start changing. And we do that by changing our own perspective on the story. I got a meme. I have a friend, a very dear friend, who sends memes to me like in the morning all the time. And one of the memes he sent me a few days ago was everything was upside down, and it was all in Spanish. And it said sometimes you have to look at things from a different perspective. The Hanged Man. Come on, y'all. All right, blockages, please. What's going on in prosperity and in love? They're telling me it's upside down. Okay, the moon. Yeah, the moon reversed 333, 3133 on the counter, but also a 333. I've been seeing 333 a lot lately. I don't know about y'all. Anyway, the moon is here, and Spirit is telling me, Source is telling me that this needs to, because when it came out, it was starting to turn in reverse, but I turned it upright. But they're saying, no, it's reversed. It's upside down. The moon is reversed here. And to me, at least in this situation, the moon in reverse is coming out of the illusion. Coming out of the illusion that you've been telling yourself, or coming out of the story that you've been telling yourself. Again, we need to change this story. We need to change the story we tell ourselves about abundance, prosperity, money, and wealth. The wealthy, and it's so crazy, you guys, because it really is the wealthier that we all are together, the wealthier we are as a species, as a society. Think about it. If wealth was distributed so vastly, was distributed between everybody, if everybody had access to all of the wealth all of the time, think about who we would be. 3303 on the counter, 333 again. Think about how awesome life would be if everyone had all the wealth. Think of the diversity. Think of the adventure. Think about it. Instead, what do? We tell ourselves this story and we play this game that, the more wealth I have over other people means that's the good right there. What is the fun of have 3333 on the counter? What is the fun of having all of that wealth and no one to share it with? And I don't even mean like going around and giving it out to people. I mean other people who are wealthy too, who can now step to you on that level. Like, what is the point of having all that if you don't have anyone to share it with? Coming out of the illusion. The moon in reverse. Can't lie to yourselves. We can't lie to ourselves about it any longer. At some point, the moon in reverse, also coupled with the Hanged Man, at some point, we've got to take responsibility for the stories that we're telling ourselves and other people. Blockages, please. Oof. Oof. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Holy moly. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I understand where the Hermit is because I literally just said that. We just said that at some point, we've got to take responsibility for the story that we tell ourselves and others. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is a delicate one, so I really want to take my time with this. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is a lack of, I'm hearing motherly like energy, a lack of stewardship. Is that the right word? A lack of stewardship. I guess the Queen of Pentacles in reverse would really be a deep sense of greed. Yeah, maybe even more so than because the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen gives energy. Oh, the Queen of Pentacles is like the mother archetype, right? Whereas the King of Pentacles is the father archetype, at least in the minor arcana. The physical representation of mother and father. The Queen of Pentacles is a provider just like the King, but she's a provider in the sense of nurturing, nurturance, which we do have nourish. Overall energy in our oracle is nourish. Okay, and see this, they didn't want me to talk about this nourish energy in the beginning of the reading because we got all the way here before that energy became relevant. Now, Queen of Pentacles is the nourishing form of the motherly energy. She, a mother naturally, at least mammals, naturally breastfeeds, right? So they're giving. Not only does the baby gestate within the womb of the mother, the physical body of the mother, again in mammals, but not only that, but then that mother's body goes on to produce nutrients through the mammary glands for that child. So the archetype of the Queen of Pentacles would be that physical nourishment that comes from the mother. The Queen of Pentacles reversed would be the devouring mother. The mother figure that destroys what she loves, destroys her children, destroys what she loves the most. I don't fully know the story behind the devouring mother, but that's what I'm getting from this. And you don't have to be a mother. This transcends genders. Okay. So you could definitely be male, physically male, or identify more on a masculine side of the spectrum and still resonate with this devouring mother type of energy, or devouring feminine, we could say, type of energy. Just get more and more. Gimme more. Gimme more. It's Britney, bitch. Right? That type of energy. I want more. I'm never, too much is never enough. I can never be satiable. I'm insatiable. I'm insatiable. At some point, we're going to have to take responsibility for ourselves and our actions. This Hermit energy also really, really ties in with intention. Okay? You can see the light of this Hermit energy as the beacon. There's the beacon, right? And that beacon, that light that the Hermit is holding, these are your belief systems. Either money is the root of all evil on one side, or I want all the monies on the other side. We are trying to be in the center. We are trying to hold beliefs that are healthy enough for us to say, money is not the root of all evil, yet money is not everything. Money has a place. Money is an energy. Money comes and goes. Money ebbs and flows. But that's not all there is in this world. Money can be seen as a means to an end. But it's not the end all be all. It's not the end itself. What is your intention? when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to abundance. Because we are also, and this is a message that came through, but I got distracted. We are also entering into an age in which you're not going to be allowed to play with money the same way it's been played with before, because we're moving into a higher vibratory energy. So that low vibrational hoarding type of energy is just not sustainable up here. So it's not, you're not even going to, I mean, like, I don't want to say the possibility of becoming a billionaire is ruled out. I don't know. I for some reason, I don't want to say that, but because I still feel like someone could still become a billionaire and yet still do a lot of really wonderful things with all that money. And still 444 on the counter, still be able to be very comfortable. Ain't nobody asking this person who becomes a billionaire to now have to sleep in a shack in the middle of the woods, you know, completely off grid, no power, no running water. No, absolutely not. Have your nice, comfortable space, please, by all means. But recognize that you could help a lot of other people. You could end world hunger, quote unquote. I don't know if that's actually fully true, but you could take some steps. You could put a dent, you know, in that reality. But whatever. Don't let me tell you what to do. Like, let me get off my soapbox here. But you know what I mean? Like, this is how we need to start really rewriting this story collectively, of course, but it does start with the individual. All right, closing message is going to come from the Golden Universal Tarot. So closing out in this prosperity reading here. Closing out this prosperity reading. Closing message, please. Closing message, please. 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. The 8 of Cups is the overall energy. I definitely see you rejecting something and walking away. And I feel, and it has to do with greed. Anything that could be given to you, anything that you could gain from any sort of energies of greed. You're not willing to receive any of this any longer. I'm getting an energy of like somebody wanting to give you something or wanting to give you a gift in some way, or wanting to share something with you, but they received it through ill-begotten means. They got it through being really greedy or a really greedy mindset. They want to provide you with something to make sure that you are good, so that you have something. But the only reason why they're doing this is because they're in a really greedy mindset. If that makes sense. You're not accepting anything like that any longer. And there may be some arguments about it. There may be a fight about it. You may lose friendships, lose relationships over this. But recognize that that's just an ego battle. I don't see you 444 on the counter. I don't see you sticking around very long to argue with these people or to try to debate anything, to try and prove your point. I don't see you sticking around that energy or those situations very long. I see you recognizing what's going on and just putting up a boundary, because you have taken the advice of identifying what your true intentions are. What the Queen of Wands, what are you drawing towards you? What are you the magnetic receptor to? 44 on the counter. You're changing your intentions. You're changing your alignment. There is some sort of mother or matriarchal energy or archetype involved with this energy. So this is the strongest thing I'm getting here is that this may be something that you learned, a learned behavior from some sort of matriarchal figure in your life. Even if it's not a mother, even if it's not someone actually in your family, even if it's just like some sort of celebrity type energy, for somebody here, you learned this through a celebrity that you idolize. You're not focused on that any longer. Don't focus on that any longer. Don't give into it. Don't give it space. Don't give it attention. Do not accept it by any means. Do not accept it. And not accepting it is probably going to suck a little bit emotionally. Because look, this person is not happy. Doesn't look happy on this card. So it doesn't make you happy to not want to accept. Because maybe this is a matriarchal figure in your life or in your family. Who this is their love language, or this is a way that they show their love, they express their love, but unfortunately it's toxic and it's not doing anybody any favors. That stings, doesn't it? Oh, sorry, honey, but it's not doing anybody any favors. It's surely not doing you any favors, right? And we mean by keeping you in that belief system, that mindset, you are short-circuiting your abundance flow by believing in this, by accepting this, by even accepting the token of someone else's belief. You are accepting a token of someone else's belief, meaning you are accepting that energy into your life. Whether you really say you believe it or whether you really believe it or not, you are still accepting the energy into your life, and it is creating a blockage. It is short-circuiting your flow of abundance, your flow of prosperity. So it's not even about arguing about it. Notice that this is not the Five of Swords. Thankfully, it's the Five of Wands. It's still an ego battle. It's still a pissing contest in some cases. My mom said that to me once, when I was younger and going through something with somebody else. She was like, "This is just a pissing contest." It has stuck with me ever since. But there really isn't even a point in trying to argue, in trying to prove a point, in definitely stand your ground, draw a line in the sand for sure, but you don't have to explain anything to anybody. You are a grown-ass woman. You are a grown-ass man. You are an adult. You don't need to explain anything to anybody but your own damn self, okay? So just walk away. Leave it behind. Yes, there's a lot of emotion invested in this. Yeah, that is obvious. You gotta just leave it behind. Don't look back. We are focusing on nourishment. So I want to take this Queen of Pentacles energy here, and I want to turn her upright. And the reason why she came out here in reverse is because she is representing the lack of nourishment. So we're going to turn her upright, and we're going to put her right here. All right? Okay. I am very glad I did this reading today. This is good. This is very, very good. I love you all so very much. If you are still here, if you found yourself at the very end of this reading, thank you so much for staying here with me. Thank you so much for your time, your attention, and your energy. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel these messages for you. If it weren't for you and your willingness to receive, I wouldn't be here. Yes? Please, if you have not done so already, go ahead and give that like button a little tickle. You can give the subscribe button a little tickle too. Make sure if you are subscribed and you want to never miss a message, please make sure to put on all of your notifications. And I love you all so very much. I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay.
Bye.